What's all this?
I don't either, but all I wanted was to understand what happened to her. And now I do.
Yeah. But we still haven't seen what's in that chest.
Yeah, that one looks like it's going to be a doozy. It's got a lot of pie signs.
Okay, so how do we open it?
We kick it really fucking hard. That's how we open it. Yeah, I'm just pitching ideas because the only piece of the puzzle that doesn't make sense, because I know you weren't here for a lot of the game that we were playing. It's like a lot of things all make sense, but there's one missing piece that's been driving me nuts, and that was the mother being actually on the pier holding a shotgun, not pointing at the kid, but the kid felt threatened given all other circumstances when they were showing off their shorter hair that she cut for him. He was a she at the time, and making for all this like confusing noise, so to speak. But I don't know what it is that made her nuts in that moment. And I was originally thinking some kind of like drug being introduced into her system, like she got poisoned or laced with something type of situation. But if she's got this history, losing a child will fuck most people up, regardless of what the circumstances were, like which point in the cycle you lost it. So the very introduction of, hey, you only have 2 girls, and it's fine, except one of those 2 girls is over, I'm not a girl, I'm a boy, I'm just, something's not right, I'm in the wrong body, and so they go transgender. This may be the very introduction of a variable that re-triggered a very unexpected chain reaction. That tickles the brain. Oh boy, this box. Like, what is all this crap? Like, what is this? Set down? Is this where I store my dildo collection?
Here, the Secret Keeper, hiding secrets in the clouds.
Yeah, don't sit on any of these chairs that I'm about to put stuff on.
Gold lady
unless you
stays
want a
locked
trip
up in
to
her
the
castle.
ER and a really bad story to tell.
Back in your pond, Big Frog. We'll let the mangy muskrat have his rock back.
So all that stupid crap I was
The
collecting
Ice
can
King goes
go in here.
the forest, obviously.
But they're all listed as collectibles, so I could care less.
There you go, stalwart moose.
I guess I'm missing one. So we're fucked. Guess we'll never know. Sorry, no, we haven't even tried the box yet, but get the fuck out of my way.
Crafty goblins go here. That's the pious pelican
Did I really
spot.
miss only one? No, there's one over there I'm missing too. Look up.
The wise princess goes.
Maybe
in
it's
the
an
big wooden
Easter
house,
egg or it
of
unlocks
course.
a true end or some shit. Like, I don't know.
The Mad Hunter.
I'm just gonna dump the
always
ones
on
I have at the
princess's
very
trail.
least.
Moonhag's gotta be imprisoned in her lake.
It's all metaphorical. Anything else to look at before I tackle this box? Because that might be the finale. Like, that might literally be the end. Are you ready for this? 'Cause I'm not ready for this yet. I could sit here and run theories and hypothesize endlessly, and we could have a great time. Or we could solve the box and actually know what the hell they want us to know. She doesn't look like she knows what she wants either. What is this?
The princess lost her most precious
Her
treasure.
tiara.
That's why it all happened.
I still can't wrap my head around it.
Have you never watched the Red Sailor Moon? It's Princess Serenity.
All right, should be easy enough.
Oh yeah, it should be easy enough. Only 3 combinations. That's what? 3 raised to the power of 3. Alright, one symbol looks like pi. One looks like L. One looks like O. One looks like a... Is that the cursive S? I don't know where I get the other ones. One's an E and an A. And then we're back to pi. Oh crap, this might be the easiest one of all because the first one we solved was this. There's the O right there. O, L, E. Does it spell end? Nah, it spells
All right.
OLE,
Should be easy enough.
which is just a misspelling of LED, but in Japanese, OL does happen to have a definition. Not formally, but OL stands for office lady. It just is. E has no place in this, but I guess in the context of this box, it does. Wait, did I get that right? So we did that. O, L, and E. Unless they're out of order. Zed says they have their own colors. They do. Which might imply a different order based on a color spectrum and not a sequential process. Yellow, orange, red. What are the colors here? We got...
Why don't we just break this open? There's a crowbar right downstairs.
What? No. You don't want to try and figure out what all this means?
I'm so done with her riddles.
Tyler? I need you to shut the fuck up. We're onto something. So yeah, there's 3 colors. Red, orange, and yellow. So he's got it. Red is L. It was red from the left, right? Yeah. Hot to cold. L, E, and... oh, Leo.
That crowbar is sounding pretty nice right now.
Tyler? I'm gonna crowbar you in the fucking head. Oh, Zed has it figured out too. Cool. So do I. At least I think I do. Leo. My cat's name was Leo when I was a kid. It was like a stray cat that showed up in our bush. I had a friend because my mom wouldn't let stuff in the house. I had to have him distract it while I went inside and watched TV. Until my mom got home, and then I could show her the cat and be like, can we keep it? It was like this just orange house cat type of thing. And we did. Eventually it died. Fucking animals, they die. But it lasted with us for a long time. And Leo was the name. It was based on Leonardo from the Ninja Turtles because I was a kid and I liked the Ninja Turtles. And Leo was the leader. Although if you ask me today, when I'm a couple decades older,
Yes.
I think I kind of like Donatello better. Just a random trivia of Necroxix's past. Got my own repressed memories.
Did it just get darker in here?
Got Mood Lady in here. Great, Mama left us a handkerchief and a note. Let's see, look at the handkerchief.
A baby blanket?
Baby blanket. Guess we don't need that.
Ollie. She noticed.
Did she finally notice me? Dear
I was her son.
Allison and Ollie. So for those of you that don't know that may have joined later, I'll just recap this a little bit. Ollie was the original name Tyler had. Back when Allison and Ollie were twins, both girls. Tyler became Tyler once they started transitioning, so that's where the name Tyler's coming from. So Ollie is a reference to their old given name. Or at least I think that's as I understand it. We write stories to understand and to be understood, but what good is a story without a first act? I'm sorry I kept mine from you for so long. All my love, goblins.
Why does she have a photo of that tree locked in here?
Maybe there's something important about that tree. I mean, the rest of everything we got to here was puzzles, so... Oh, maybe she
Is that...
crammed the kid in the
Leo Ronan.
tree. Maybe the kid's the source of their
Why
power.
didn't she tell us about him?
I'm just gonna shut up.
Why didn't she tell us any of this?
I mean, it's fucking terrible. That's why. Allie, did we do the right thing opening this?
Yes.
We did. It's better we know what happened, even if it's hard. And
I agree.
there's one more thing we need to see.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Time to crack open that tree and see if there's a baby inside.
Come on. Let's go to the dock.
Better hope that thing's
It's
not
time to
alive.
finish this.
Because we've killed enough of our family.
Hey, now that we're done with the important stuff, maybe we can take a crack at these?
What is this, a side mission? In the finale climax of my... Okay. We got gear lock.
The very
And we
old
have Zed.
Beaver's repair list.
That's the story where the princess's house gets damaged by a storm and the animals help her fix it.
Yeah. What did they do to fix it again?
They sprinkled fairy dust. Maybe I should consult the Book of Goblins. I guess we'll solve these. Normally I would have been like, oh, I don't have to do this. Pfft, fuck off. But since you guys are here. Alright. The beaver fixes the house. I'll even read this. Beavis. No. The beaver fixes the house. Once upon a time, in an ancient and deep forest, there lived a wise princess in a big wooden house. One night, a particularly violent storm shook the house. It shook the shingles on the roof and the planks in the walls. It even shook the beams on which the house stood, blowing the whole thing near to the ground. The princess hid in a closet, fearing the house would come down on her as she slept. In the morning, the house was still standing, but it was badly damaged. The storm had blown shingles off the roof and planks of the walls, and even bent a post upon which the house stood. The first two things she could fix, but the last concerned her. Let me see, before I finish reading that. It had blown the shingles off the roof and the planks off the walls, and bent a post upon which the house stood. The first two things she could fix, but the last concerned her. What will I do? Despaired the wise princess. Wise princess, my ass. For though she knew many things, she did not know how to fix the big wooden house. Why is there 4 pages? Oh no. Just then the old bear came by to see if the princess had any trouble in the storm. When he found her nailing planks back into place, he said, "Stop, princess, let me do that for you. I'm happy to do it," said the princess, in that awful voice that I do. "But if you want to help with the roof, you may." Help with the roof, you may. When the pair were done with the roof and the walls, they examined the bent support post. "I could throw my body against it," said the old bear. "I'm very large." He stretched up onto his hind legs, being sure the princess could appreciate how very large he was. Oh yeah, I'm sure she's appreciating that. And then charged straight at the post. He threw his body against it with an impressive thud. The impact moved the post, but too far, and it ended up bent in the other direction. Oh no, this story's got twists and turns. Oh fuck, this one's even bigger. The wise princess decided more precision was needed. She thought then of the very old beaver who kept an excellently crafted dam. Perhaps she can help. She went looking for the very old beaver and found the industrious animal hard at work slapping down mud on part of her dam that had been blown apart in the storm. Most of the structure was unharmed because the beaver was very good at building things. The princess knew she had come to the right place. "Beaver," she said, "my house was damaged in a storm. Would you help me fix it?" I believe I can do that, yes," said the very old beaver, and she paused at fixing her own den to follow the princess. The very old beaver examined the big wooden house and nodded. "It will be an easy fix," she said, and she set about righting the post with loud slaps of her tail. So this is all about the post. When she was done, the wise princess stroked the beaver's head. Too easy. I lost my place. The beaver's head. So she probably fixing her hand. Right there. Thank you, beaver, she said. The wind blew the shingles off the roof and the planks off the walls and even bent this post. Now, thanks to you, I still have a home. Think nothing of it, said the very old beaver, who returned to work on her own den once again. That winter, the very old beaver grew ill, very ill. She was not able to fix her den nor to gather food. When the princess found out, she set about delivering meals to the beaver. She brought stews of corn and beans and baskets full of bark and twigs from the beaver's favorite aspen. One day, the wise princess noticed that the beaver's den had begun to fall apart. She set about fixing it and thought she was not as talented as the very old beaver. The fix kept the creature warm and dry. Oh, and though she was not as talented, the fix kept the creature warm and dry. Thank you, said the very old beaver. Of course, said the princess. You helped me when the storm blew my house near the ground. Thanks to you, I still have a home, and I am happy to do the same. The princess continued to nurse the old beaver until the day she came to the dam, and the forest was still. No birds sang, no branches rustled, no small things skittered within the underbrush. Oh, said the princess, staring sadly at the dam, for she knew the old beaver had passed on. Goodbye, my friend. And that is how the very old beaver saved the big wooden house and how the wise princess repaid her kindness. I mean, if it was going to die anyways, you could have killed it a long time ago and saved yourself all the labor. Okay, so let's see. There's a button for fix. So there's the roof or the shingles. There's the... this is weird because it's like... Wait, what? Why am I on the... Oh, right. It's not first person. So the post is the main... No, that's the post. Alright. We got a roof. We got a window, brick, whatever the fuck that is. The gutters, and a fuse box. So we know they did, what was it, the walls and the roof first, and then it was like the post. Alright, which one of you motherfuckers is the post? Gearlock's thinking roof, walls, and post. Okay, so that sounds like the same thing I'm thinking, but we have more than that. We have a
She
roof.
fixed the roof shingles.
Yeah, she fixed that. She fixed the wall.
She fixed the planks that were blown off the walls.
Did she fix the windows next? I'm going to try and see. Just
She fixed the broken window.
yeah, she fixed everything. She's awesome.
She repaired the water leak.
Water leak. I don't remember shit about a water leak. Did she fix her fuse box? Because like if her electronics don't work.
She turned the power back on.
Nice. But then did she fix this?
She slapped the post with her tail to right it.
And then we lived happily ever after. Unless I'm not supposed to... Wait. We only saw reference to 3 things, right? The roof, the wall, and the post. But there's twice as many things. So she never fixed the window. She never fixed this
Or not.
dildo thing, whatever. And there was no fuse box.
Actually, I'm not sure. All right.
That's what this was about. I see how that works. No water, no windows, no power. Yep. I was trying to figure out, like, was there more to it that I was not interpreting? Or if it just meant only the stuff that got fixed. So the order was not the problem. It was just, I overthought it.
Damn.
Oh, fuck me.
That must have been rough on Eddie.
Yeah, he doesn't really like to talk
Where did
about
Eddie
it.
learn to write cursive? Dear Marianne, you cover your ears every time I try to have this conversation with you, so I thought you'd have a better chance doing this in a letter. I know you don't like saying goodbye, so I'll keep my melancholic rambling short and sweet. I want to thank you with all my heart for taking care of me for these past few months. I can't even imagine how Wait a minute. Taking care of me? Taking... Carol. Carol's the beaver. Right, because we saw that. Oh, the metaphors go deep with this game. Oh. Like they actually had a talented writer group or something that actually orchestrated. Holy shit. Sorry, I sound like I'm rambling, but things are clicking into place. Anyways. Oh, shit. I want to thank you with all my heart for taking care of me these past few months. I can't even imagine how exhausting it must have been for you to look after a sick old lady when you also had 2 small children at home. I know you want me to keep fighting the disease, or this disease, and hoping for recovery, but it's always been a great strength of mine to know when it's time to let go, and that time has come. See. I'd like to ask you for one last favor. Please take care of Eddie after I'm gone. So wait, Carol was Eddie's, I guess, wife. So that has nothing to do with Sam. Eddie was the police guy that was taking care of Allison, I guess. And the metaphorical, his wife was like the beaver in the story. So she must have helped, and then she got help. Please take care of Eddie after I'm gone. My poor boy puts on a brave front ever since his father died, but I know he's in pain. I would be so much more at peace knowing he still has family. Maybe he could teach his kids how to fish. He loves spending time with them. Thanks for the warmth and the peace you brought to my life. Give the kids a kiss for me, will you? Carol. I hate to break it to you, Carol, but shit hit the fan in a way that you would have not... Oh, you're already on the next puzzle. Well, you're a real go-getter. Too bad she doesn't help me with actually solve them.
The crafty goblin's good deeds.
Of course. The goblins had to help out the creatures of the forest to pay off their debt to the pelican.
Well, what did they do?
You know, I don't really remember.
You wrote the story. What do you mean you don't remember? Allison, come on. The crafty goblin's good deeds. Let's look at what the options are first. We can help, hug, feed, scratch, remove the thorn. So it might be something similar where it's like either yes or no, it happened or it didn't happen. But I have a reason to believe this means I'm going to be reading the crafty goblin's good deeds out loud. Great. What was it called? I forgot. The crafty goblin's good deeds? Crafty goblin. Good deeds, good deeds, good deeds. The pelican helps her friend? Oh crap, don't tell me it's a common... Oh no. Yeah, we're fucked. Good Deeds is not part of any of these titles. Yeah, it would be nice if it was voiced. It helps out with me and my voice, because I'm usually already wearing it out, rambling and shit. Alright, Pelican helps her friends. Let's take a look at that. Let me just glimpse through this. Yep, that's a lot of letters of stuff. I think I'm just gonna have to read it. I think that's... Oh, wait, hold on, I'm pressing buttons. Maybe if I...
The crafty goblins' good deeds.
Crafty goblins'
Of course,
good deeds.
the goblins had to help out the creatures of the forest to pay off their debt to the pelican.
Well,
Crafty
what did they
goblins'
do?
good deeds.
You know,
Crafty goblins' good deeds, where are you? Look at the pictures.
oh, I don't really remember.
Yeah, like I see these pictures, because some of the other ones earlier was stuff, but unless if we look at the two goblins, that's them, and a pelican, that might be not that. Or goblins earn their... No. They hug the penguin? No, the pelican. In this case, they're not hugging those. They're hugging a bunch of everything else between them and the pelican. The pelican's just sitting there smug and shit. But it does feel like the closest. Oh, wait. It does seem like this. Like I'm just trying to avoid not having to read all this. Oh crap! I pressed the wrong button. Okay. I don't think I have a choice. It's all good. The alcohol will clear out the throat, and then the water will re-lubricate it. And the moment I make a noise, it will undo all the effects, leaving only the bad behind. Once upon a time, in a deep and ancient forest, an early winter storm blanketed everything in snow. It was so early in the year that the creatures of the forest were not yet ready for an ordinary winter, much less a bad one, and everyone agreed the storm was a sign the Ice King had plans for a long, cold winter. The princess had grown up in a kingdom where it was sunny all year long, and the goblins were very young, so no one in the big wooden house knew how to prepare for such a winter. The house was not well insulated, and they did not have enough fuel or food. Only the pious pelican noticed their plight. The pious pelican noticing their plight. And when it came time to fly south with the other birds, her heart was heavy with sadness. What can I do, she thought. I'm a migratory bird, and if I were to stay, who would look after my flock? AI. Everything's done with machines now. It's 2015. The time came to go, and the pelican struggled to take flight. It felt as though she had too much junk in the trunk, and she couldn't take up. I'm just making up my own shit. Let's stick to the script. It felt as though a leaden weight were struck right to the center of her chest. What can I do? She thought. I'm a migratory bird, and if I were to stay, who would look after my flock? She managed to take off, but only just barely, flapping fiercely to catch up with the other birds. As the pious pelican began her journey, the storm picked up, battering her to and fro. She had fallen well behind the flock, and she was already growing tired. But for all her challenges in the air, she could tell things were much worse on the ground. A deep freeze had settled over the forest. The leaden weight, leaden or leaden? The leaden weight in her chest grew heavier as she thought of the princess and the goblins. What can I do? You just did like 4 times now. She thought, I'm a migratory bird, and if I were... Yeah, fuck you. The storm intensified, and the pelican was in a total whiteout. She knew she should have despaired, but all she could feel was the weight, which had grown and grown until she thought she might drop out of the sky. She had felt called to help the princess and the goblins, but she had ignored it. I should have stayed, she thought. It was the right thing to do, and now I'm lost, with no way to make it right. Suddenly, she was plucked from the sky and deposited in the hall of the Ice King. Pelican, he said. You were flying in circles around my mountain. I was lost, she said, weighed down by the weight of guilt in my heart. The Ice King stared at her sagely. Is it guilt or is it something else? Open your beak. He reached down inside of her. Oh, this is getting hot. He reached down inside of her, pulling out a glowing stone. Okay, now it's not hot. The pious pelican was surprised at how it filled her with warmth, chasing away cold, and heard out, You know what you must do, said the Ice King. We must now pop your chair. Oh, right, stick to the script, Necroxix. Stick to the script. The pious pelican flew straight to the big wooden house. Snow had already blown in through its many cracks, and ice crept across the floorboard. She found the princess and the goblins huddled in front of the quiet hearth, nearly frozen solid. No, she cried, and then she placed a stone in the princess's lap. The warmth of it spread through the whole of the house, melting all that had frozen. The princess threw her arms around the pelican's chest, and the goblin clung to her legs. Thank you, they cried. You're welcome, said the pelican, smiling in deep satisfaction. What is it? Or what is that? Asked the princess, staring at the wonderful stone. Kidney stone. Don't touch it. Wash your hands. At first, said the pelican, I thought it was my guilt, but when the Ice King pulled it out of me, I realized it was something much more powerful. Just then the storm broke and the skies cleared. The pelican filled a big wooden house's larder with food from her beak, and then she took this to the skies, lightened by the knowledge that through her charity, everyone in the big wooden house would be warm and fed until spring. And that is the story of how the pious pelican saved the wise princess and the crafty goblins from the long winter. Now, how does it save me from this fucking puzzle? Because I don't think any of that was helping. Like, the pelican itself wasn't even toggleable. She doesn't have a button. She's just sitting there smug on her fucking thing. You're like, said the same thing. Eskimo reading fairy tales to her son in an igloo. Little Necroxix sat in the corner. What's a corner? Oh. Yeah, I have reason to believe this one's all up in on the damn... Sorry, that wasn't even close to a complete thought. Alright, bear. I think each one of these has their own individual story. Is there a bear that drops the beehive or does not drop the beehive? I don't know. Let's find out. The bear and the princess. Alright, there's that. The beaver. Let's look at the bear's big crap. There's more than one. Oh, we're fucked. Okay, there's only two. But that's only for the one. Beaver, or no, the bear and the princess. Oh, there's not enough pictures. I never wished there was pictures more than now. Oh. Well, okay, when I was a kid, I wanted pictures. Words are too complicated. Even now as an adult, I'm like, ugh. You want me to click on one of them? Alright. Good. Actually, that's a very good idea. Because they do give us hints. This also means we're now handicapped. Because we're going into pleb casual territory.
They broke open the beehive for the bear.
Did they?
Maybe not.
Well, make up your mind, Tyler.
They broke open the beehive for the bear.
No, maybe not. Maybe you wait. So in one of the stories with the bear, either something with the beehive broke it open, or it was not broken. Oh god, that one's 5 pages. Control F would be a great feature right now. I'm just skimming it right now because I could read it and I could hyper accelerate it. I see nothing about beehives in that story. That's a beaver. Bear. Just because it starts with the letter B doesn't mean they're the same. Bees. I don't see no bees. Bees. I saw nothing about bees. Yeah, we're fucked. Let's pretend the bear doesn't happen. Let's go with the beaver.
They helped fix the beaver dam.
Wait, we did. We did that in the last story that I did read out loud. Princess looking all sad and shit. Did we hug the princess? That doesn't sound like a good idea for me because I don't know good touch from bad touch. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
They hugged the princess when she was crying.
I mean, that sounds like something animals would do. Right? Or that or they'd try to eat her. Depends.
Huh. They had to give nuts to the muskrat.
Did they? That I don't know. The muskrat was something. I never read it, obviously, but goblins tricked the muskrat. Ah, crap. That's cute. Once upon a time in a deep and ancient wood there lived the muskrat. The muskrat was a lazy, cowardly creature who did little to lay around with his own cleaning his beautiful coat until it shone. One day the muskrat found the crafty goblins playing with the king of the mountain in a favorite rock. He was too cowardly to confront them directly, so he retreated to a safe distance and then pitched a stone right at the hornet's nest, hanging overhead. Wait, there's our bee sting. Except it's hornets, not bees. One of the goblins saw him do it, but before she could say anything, the hornets emerged, furious, and chased the goblins away, stinging them. With the rock empty, the muskrat claimed his spot. When the goblins returned, they asked the muskrat, "Why did you do that? I don't know. What are you talking about?" He said, turning away to ignore them. This is some high-quality audio on tape action going on here. Goblin knew that the muskrat cared for nothing but his coat, but they had devised to steal it in order to teach him a lesson. The muskrat lay in the sun. He spied the goblin starting by. The skin was covered in flecks of gold. Goblin called the muskrat, "What happened to make your skin shine that way? When we were attacked by the hornets, we ran until we found a pool by a glacier. We dove in, came out this way." "Would you show me this pool?" asked the muskrat. Crafty goblin led the muskrat to the pool. The muskrat looked at the pool skeptically. "It looks like a pool." Goblin chuckled and shrugged. "You don't have to jump in if you don't want to, but what do you lose if you try? And if it works, why, you will be the most beautiful creature in the whole world in the forest, or the whole forest, with visions of the splendid coat in mind." Muskrat jumped in. Oh god, it's getting bigger. When he emerged, he was disappointed to find nothing had changed. So one of the goblins, maybe you have to be stung by the hornets first, just like us. The muskrat hesitated because getting stung by it would be painful. Seeing this hesitation, the goblin adds, "If it works, you'll be the most beautiful creature in the world of the forest." The muskrat decided it was worth it, so reached for the hornet's nest and pitched a stone right at it. The hornets emerged, even more furious. They chased the muskrat, stinging him repeatedly until he jumped into the magical pool. The muskrat was disappointed to find, once again, nothing had changed. "I wonder if the magic only works for us," said one of the goblins. "Would you like me to jump in with your coat?" The muskrat hesitated. "If it works, you'll be the most beautiful creature in the whole forest with the visions of a splendid coat in mind." The muskrat agreed, slipped off, and handed it to the goblins. Without his coat, the muskrat was pale and covered in scabbing welts. Instead of jumping in the pool, one of the goblins ran away with the coat, laughing. The other pushed the muskrat in the frigid pool. As water splashed the goblin, the gold flecks ran, revealing that they had only ever been painted on. The muskrat cried so pitifully and made such a clamor that he woke the Ice King, who came down to the forest to see what happened. When the Ice King saw the muskrat, he laughed, only further infuriating the creature. "Tell me what happened," said the Ice King. Both the muskrat and the goblin told their sides of the story, and the Ice King considered the case before him. "It is true that the muskrat is vain, and he thinks nothing but himself," concludes the Ice King, "but he needs something to keep him warm in the water and the snow." So the Ice King was decided. The muskrat would get his coat back, but it would be patchy and unkempt. After that day, he became known as the mangy muskrat. And that is how the goblins tricked the muskrat into giving up his coat, and now he got his name. Well, that didn't fucking help me at all, didn't it? Feed or don't feed?
Wait.
We stole his coat. We don't give a shit about... Oh, fuck me, unless there's another... I don't see any other reference to it. So maybe it didn't feed. Something about a moose. Scratch or...
They gave the stalwart moose a good scratch on the back.
That doesn't sound like a good idea.
Actually, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. Well, if you're not sure, then we're fucked. The moose hag loses her name. And then Moose teaches the goblins. There's 2 stories. And the frog one is remove a thorn or not.
They removed a thorn from the frog's back.
Or did they?
Wait.
Wait, we don't know. The frog. Is it frog even referenced in here? I don't know if they were. Yep, sometimes some lessons are worth learning firsthand. The wise learn from other people's mistakes, fools learn from their own. But some things can't be taught without first-hand knowledge. Sometimes, yes, you just have to touch the stove to know. Big frog is punished. So there is a reference to a frog. I'm not going to read the thing, but... Oh, crap. I didn't mean I was going to not read it at all. I'm just going to... Something about a thorn. Offer speed. I see here something. I'll try. Nothing about a thorn coming up. Hanging branch. Nah. Did you know where to find? There, I see no reference to a thorn. It's kind of hard to skim through the text because I'm missing my Control F technologies that I'm used to over the last, like, 2.5 decades of text-based displays on a computer screen. Fuck was that noise? Control F, as in to find text on a web page. You don't just smack yourself into the Wikipedia article and read the whole thing. You have to Control F to look for the word or phrase you're specifically referencing and work from there. Control F. Unless you're on Macintosh, in which case, I don't know. There's probably a dongle for that.
They gave the stalwart moose a good scratch on the back.
No, that's technology we employ right now. You can Control F on a web page, and you can search text. In the web page, in a text editor, whether it's Notepad or WordPad or MS Word or... Yeah, it's been a standard for several decades. Maybe she never got hugged.
Or not.
Maybe that's why she's so pissy.
Actually, I'm not sure. They gave the stalwart moose a good scratch on the back. They removed a thorn from the frog's back.
I have no fucking idea how to solve this piece of shit. Oh wait, no, the one thing I do know is we helped the beaver.
Fix the beaver dam.
Everything else is fucked. I didn't see any reference to thorns when I kind of skimmed the text. Fucking find out what's going on with this moose. Like, this is taking longer than the entire game combined. That sucks. The crafty goblin's good deeds. You found a video? Nice. You could steer me in the right direction, that would be fuck win. It seems to really rely on either more of the sheer number of stories they have in here, or I don't know, brute force. I've been known to do that. Don't recommend it, but no, you can read the answer stuff. The only one I am confident of was the beaver being the one we're helped. Like, we helped the beaver. Everyone else was, I don't know. I don't know whether or not the princess was hugged. I don't know any of the others.
Maybe not.
Just drop the beehive.
He broke
Got
open
the
the beehive for the
beehive.
bear.
Did we feed?
Huh. They had to give nuts
we
to them. Maybe
we
not.
We didn't do that. We did.
They hugged the princess when she was crying.
Alright, so you
Actually,
think-
I'm not sure.
You're thinking we broke the beehive for the bear. Yeah, that sounds like Yogi the bear. He just fucks up them hornets' picnic basket hornet nests. Wait, hornets don't make bee. Hornets don't even make honey. Their existence is only there to piss you off and ruin your day. You think they hugged her? Yeah, that sounds like animals.
They hugged the princess when she was crying.
They also groped her a little bit. Musk, we don't know. Yeah, we didn't feed the muskrat. Okay, so that's consistent. We didn't feed the muskrat. So then it comes down to these two, where I didn't see any reference to the frog and the thorn skimming over. And I don't know what the hell is going on with this moose. Because
Wait. They gave the
Wait,
stalwart
change
moose
the
a good
beaver.
scratch on the back.
the one answer I thought I had.
Or not. Nailed it.
So you're telling me the one answer I was most confident on. Oh. Well, that just made a whole mess of things. Fuck me. Thank you, Gearlock. That saves me some friggin' headache, because I'm not exactly a big Disney princess foo-foo read stuff.
Our lives would have been so
Oh.
different if their friendship hadn't
That
gone
doesn't
to
stop me
shit.
from having to read shit, though. That's still a thing. It's alright, I got this. The Pelican Crossing is a specialty gift boutique located near the Oshie. Oh god, it's an advertisement. Near the Oshie Glacier, catering to channel tourists as well as we specialize in an assortment of high quality from home accessories and the Pelican Crossing will be the first store to act as a relay between the buzzing arts and the craft scene and the customers. In addition to a wide array of novelty handcrafted products, the consumer will enjoy friendly and knowledgeable customer service from the and up-and-coming artists. The business plan is preparing. Wait a minute. That second paragraph. Customer service from blah blah blah, co-owner Tessa, and up-and-coming artist Mary Ann Ronan. Okay. That provides an interesting tidbit of information. Business plan is prepared to obtain financing in the amount of $20,000 to purchase inventory and help cover expenses in the first year of operation. In year 1, the Pelican Crossing plans to break even. In year 2, we plan to generate a moderate profit. There's like 4 people that live in this town. How are you going to turn a profit? Working in the executive summary part of the business plan, what do you think? I think you're fucked. And you're Bible thumper, Tessa. Okay, that puzzle sucks. I'm just gonna flat out fucking ugh. All of that was in the story? Was it? Which story? The one we experienced, or some other one that didn't exist? Because there ain't no story that I experienced. I went through this, or maybe I did. I don't even know. It's too metaphysical and metaphorical, and just. I didn't read all of them anyways, because too many words and not enough voices and stuff. Oh, great! There's 2 more.
The old bear's gifts for the princess. I'm totally blanking on that story. What did he give her again?
Why don't we open up the book and check?
It's alright, we move on. We got 2 more of these things. The old bear's gifts for the princess. What did he give her? Hopefully it's not one of those, like, popcorn containers with a hole in it that he holds in the movie theater. That's a bad bear. The bear and the princess. I'm just gonna eat. It's just too much text to go through. And it's not like you can't highlight this text, so you can't Control F to find text that you're looking for, or keywords, or nothing. That's why it's a flaw. Unless you're super big into reading shit. Which I'm not. So I play video games and not read books. The bear and the... Okay, what is... Let's start... Okay, so there's...
Some honey?
Oh, no. That's how that works.
Maybe not.
Did he give her honey or not? Did he...
A newly bloomed bluebell?
A what?
Or not. A newly bloomed bluebell?
Bluebell?
Maybe not.
Oh, fuck me.
Some roses, maybe? Wait. Hazelnuts.
Oh, man, this is just
Actually, I'm not sure.
nitpicky.
Huh. Fresh caught salmon?
Did he...
Or not.
So these are all
handful of
gifts,
ripe berries?
potentially.
Wait.
The old bear's gifts for the damn... That means I have to do this. Either A, I don't give a crap and just flip the table and fucking see the ending. Or B, go through walls of text. Once upon a time in the ancient and deep forest, the old bear stood on the bank of the river, swiping at a salmon on their way in spawning grounds. Just as he got to paw on a particularly fat one, he heard a woman shouting for help. He considered simply eating his salmon, then she screamed again, and he lumbered over to investigate. After a short walk, he found the princess clinging to the top of the tree when a wolf snarled and snapped at the base of the tree. The old bear would normally not get in the middle of such a situation. After all, as a fellow predator, he understood the wolf's need to hunt, but when he saw the princess, he was struck by her beauty, and he knew he had to help. He probably had a great view up her dress, because she was up and he was not. With a great roar, the bear heaved into his hind legs, rising to his full height. The wolf snapped and snarled in his direction, but the bear roared again, and the wolf took off to the trees. No gifts. No gifts. The old bear fell back down on all fours and stood up with the princess. She regarded him fearfully. "You can come down," he said. "How do you know you didn't save me just so you could eat me yourself?" As the princess, "I suppose this is a fair question. I mean, blah, 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 no gifts." Princess had no reason to trust the old bear except that he had kind eyes, and so she slowly made her way down the tree. When she reached the ground, the bear only watched her, and so she supposed she was not going to be eaten today. "Thank you," she told the old bear. "Of course," he said. "Can I walk you back to your home?" "Of course," said the princess. And so the princess and the old bear walked together through the forest back to the wooden house. After the day, the princess would occasionally find gifts from the bear. A fresh caught salmon, a handful of berries, newly bloomed butt bell, plus other stuff probably. Salmon, berries, blue balls. Salmon? Are you salmon?
Huh. Fresh caught salmon?
Yes. blue balls.
A newly bloomed bluebell?
And I forgot the rest. There was only one other. Salmon berries and... Butt fuck? What? No.
A handful of ripe berries?
Nailed it.
Nice.
Fucking easy wins. Don't even have to read the story. Like...
Man, he had it bad. Just couldn't let go.
That one seemed super easy compared to the other one, so it must have been something simple for the other one too that was just like completely over my fucking head. Okay, so this is from Sam. And the problem is it's hard to reference it at this point. In other words, if like one of these is like the decoding information for the puzzle, they gave us all the keys at the same time at one point, and yeah, I don't know. Me and puzzles, we got a bad relationship. I like to think of myself as intellectual, but ugh, puzzles in a game can be very counterintuitive in a lot of ways. Let's read this. Sorry for the note under the door, like a prison inmate. You okay? I stopped by and rang a couple times this week, but you didn't answer. I could see the light in the hayloft. I figured you were in, but didn't want to talk. I hope I didn't ruin everything. I know I probably came on kind of strong, but the thing is, I don't know how to talk to a woman like you or her. You are strong and kind, and you know so much. It's hard for me to know how to keep up. I guess all that went to my head. But I want you to know I got the message, and I'm going to get out of your hair now, and there doesn't need to be any bad feelings. We can pass in the streets and say hello, or not. It's okay. P.S. I noticed your car was leaking, so I put some sealant. Oh, no. Oh, no. I noticed your car was leaking, so I put some sealant in there. You might need to take it to the shop, though. Let me know if you want me to come with you, because sometimes these guys try to rip you off. If not, no big deal. There's some conflicting messages going on here. Like, yeah, if you see me on the streets, we could say hello. Or not, no big deal. Oh, by the way, I saw you had a little booger when you were sleeping, so I, like, snuck into your room and I cleaned it up and then I skedaddled. No big deal. You don't have to thank me. Or you can if you want. Either way. You watched me while I was sleeping? Yeah, I used the window, but I also have a surveillance system installed. Okay. Oh, God, you're killing me, Alyssa, Allison, Aliester, Carl... What the hell is her name? Fuck if I remember. Why can't you be good for nothing like your dad? As opposed to good for something? Intellectually dumb. Actually, that is a good way of wording it, because at times... There is a term I remember when I was never playing League of Legends, because I don't... Is the ability to outplay yourself. Apparently I'm really good at that.
Crafty goblin's loot.
That's from The Princess and the Two Thieves. I drew the original.
And I distinctly remember drawing that cake.
Princess and the
which
Two
is
Thieves.
arguably the best part of that illustration.
All right, Picasso.
Yeah,
Then you
the
probably
cake
remember
sucks.
what the goblins stole in that story, huh?
They stole the cake. It's right there. Problem solved. I don't have to read it, right? But like the ability to outplay yourself, I associate with overanalyzing and overthinking things. Really gets complicated when you're dealing with like indie games and stuff, because you don't know what kind of level you're dealing with on the creation end of things versus the end user type of thing. And so it's very easy to just go way overboard if you've got too much experience really being out there in the ether. And And that's all I had to say. I get that, I guess.